Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week. And for those of you who don't know, I am helping building a prop firm. The prop firm name's called PipFarm. And what I'm basically doing these weeks is doing like a resume of the week, the challenges, the triumphs that we have every single week. So right now it's time to make a resume of the week for you guys. And I'm not only going to make a resume of the week, I'm going also to explain you one thing. And today we are going to talk about rules in prop firms. And this is a very important topic and a topic that I want to speak with you because I was speaking with James this week regarding rules inside our prop firm. And as you know, our mission to the traders is to give them the best trading experience in a prop firm. So that is why we have very fast payouts. We do payouts at weekends. If you fail a challenge, we will pay you, and a lot of other things. Among those things are in fact the trading rules. We only have 3 trading rules, and those rules are very simple. Those rules are no HFT allowed, no hedging between accounts, and you are not allowed to use passing services. So besides that, yes, you can do everything. And that is something that the other prop firms are not putting together. This is something that the other prop firms don't have. They have all these rules. And what we see is that the industry is going through a path of getting the most amount of rules to restrict traders. And I obviously understand that because the thing is, we have some traders that can basically bankrupt the company. If you give those traders the space, they will go and max leverage everything in order to get the most amount of profit. Obviously, as a trader, that is what you want, to get the most amount of profit out of a situation, out of a trade. But for a prop firm, and especially today's prop firms, that the way they manage the risk is not sustainable, they need to increase the rules in order to restrict the traders that actually can do that. And that is why we see sometimes traders being banned from platforms, because these traders can actually make a lot of money. Now the question is, which are the rules? And some of these rules go like the consistency rule, or the news rule, or cap profits, or even the IP address. We have a lot of these rules. Let me explain you. For instance, the news rule targets people who actually trade news in order to pass challenges. So let's imagine you have like buys on the CPY, and the CPY actually just plummets and you are in a very good spot, max risk, and you pass a challenge. You can actually replicate that into the funded account, which means that you can replicate that times 10, times 20. Of course, one day your luck will get over. And the question is, the guy that actually does this can buy like 10 accounts and repeatedly do that. And he can fail like 9 challenges, but actually in one challenge, he can make the money of all these 10 plus profit. So that is why prop firms decided, let's restrict trading news and create a time window where people cannot trade and trades cannot be hit on the take profit on that time, otherwise we'll deduct the profits. And this is very bad for people that especially are swing traders and that they actually care about the news to have their positions more in a profit or just manage the position overall. But this rule is obviously not for the swing traders, because the swing traders are not the high risk trader. This is actually for, I don't know how to call it, so let's call it the gambler, the high risk trader, the guy that can make a lot of money trading news without any type of strategy. Now let's talk the second rule. And the second rule is the consistency rule. And we see a lot of prop firms having this rule. Which ones? Well, for instance, MyFundedFX has this rule. Funder Pro has also this rule. And the majority of the prop firms right now are actually going for this rule. And let me explain you why. Let's imagine that we have a trader where he can pass the challenge in just one trade. It doesn't show any skill. What we know as a prop firm is that that trader is a high-risk trader. He can make a lot of money in just one trade. He can buy like 10 challenges, pass one, and make profit. And that is in the challenge phase. He can go and replicate that into the funded account and just do that an innumerable amount of times, and you cannot stop him. So that was the reason prop firms decided to create the consistency rule. So you cannot pass a challenge in just one trade. And in some cases, you cannot take a withdrawal with just one trade. Usually you need to have your profits distributed across 3 trades at least to have a payout. Because if one trade represents more than 50% of your profits, the prop firm will not pay you or it won't give you the account. So the consistency rule ensures that the trader will keep trading, and the luck was not the factor that made him pass a challenge or made him have a withdrawal. And this is a rule that we are actually starting to see that being implemented in a lot of companies, because a lot of companies are feeling that some traders are just pure gamblers. Now, another rule is the cap profits. And this, I believe, only 2 prop firms have this rule, MyFundedFX and E8. Now, a cap profit is a rule inside a challenge where you cannot surpass the 2% profit per day. This ensures also that you cannot pass a challenge in just one trade. You need to have multiple days of 2% profit max in order to achieve a payout or in order to pass a challenge. In my opinion, this rule doesn't make actual sense. I would prefer a lot more the consistency rule than to have a cap profit. Because as a swing trader, if my trade reaches the 2% profit, I need to close it. I cannot let it run. And that doesn't make sense for me. The type of strategy that I use doesn't fit with this rule. Now, the IP address rule was something that prop firms built in order to understand if a trader is using a passing service or not. So they can detect if the IP address of that trader, the guy that is trading, is actually moving or is in the same place as the other trader, and they can actually ask for evidence if he is the one trading or not. I actually did a video regarding this rule a couple of months ago, and I asked directly to prop firm CEOs how they were managing this rule. And one of the answers was from the CEO of Funding Pips. And he said that they have a system that can put red flags in some traders if they are all connected to the same IP address, which means a passing service, or that can mean that they are all trading in group. And that is obviously not allowed. Trading is a one-person game or one-person job. You cannot do that in group, otherwise prop firms will flag your account and you can be banned. Now, just to wrap it up, you may understand after you hearing all these things that these kinds of rules only apply for traders who are actually cheating or doing all-ins in prop firms. So if you are one of those traders that you only want to do like 1 to 2% risk per trade, you are fine, my friend. You will not have a problem with prop firms. Of course, you need to obey to all of these rules and you need to be careful, but you'll not have a problem. But if you are one of the gamblers, if you like to risk the entire of the account in just one trade, if you like to try cheating things in order to pass a challenge and to make money, well, in that case, I cannot be on your side, because you are cheating, you are not complying with the rules, and that is obviously not cool and jeopardizes the environment for the good traders out there. And this is actually one of the challenges of having a prop firm and to build a prop firm, is to understand what type of rules should you create. You want to have a good environment for the traders, but you also want to have like a risk protection in order to pay everyone and your business to be sustainable. And that is obviously very interesting, and we try to look at the competition and see what the competition is doing. As a relatively new company in the market, we understand that. But our priority will always be the trading experience for the trader and the sustainability of the company long term. So that is all for this week. let's see you guys next week in another vlog.